Holy cow, look at this thing. This looks like a SUVOD problem, right? Rest in 8 seconds, right? When you exert a force. What is the acceleration of the block? What is the force of friction between the surface and the block? What is the coefficient? So on this one, what we're going to do is we're going to solve a SUVOD problem. Let's just divide this up, right? Let's do a SUVOD problem. And then ultimately we want to find the acceleration, right? Then we're going to solve an F equals ma problem. And one of the forces we'll figure out will be the force of friction, right? And then we're going to do a force of friction is mu times m times g, because we'll have the force of friction from this, and we'll use that to find the coefficient. This is good stuff. I'm so happy that I made this problem. Okay, so first thing to do is let's do SUVOD. Okay, so let's see, 8 seconds. Initial velocity, so rest to there. So here's our initial velocity, 0. Final velocity is 51.2. Acceleration, the acceleration is just going to be this divided by this, right? Okay, so acceleration is change in velocity over time, is positive 51.2 divided by 8. Whoa, my calculator came apart. Okay, here we go. 51.2 divided by 8, that's 6.4. A is equal to positive 6.4 meters per second squared. Comes out even. I love that. Okay. So there's our first answer, right? Now we got to figure out the force of friction. So let's set this thing up, right? Here's this object sliding along. Okay, we exert 115 newtons on it this way. There's some unknown force, right? Now we know darn well that that force is going to be to the left, because if it's to the right, then there's something going on, like The Exorcist or something like that, right? Okay, so now this guy's positive. Unknown forces are positive, so we're just going to go, whoa, what did I just do? Look at that. Ignore that. What is that? Okay, I'm going to go 115 plus F, knowing darn well that that'll end up being a negative number, right? Is equal to 10 times positive 6.4, okay? Because we know it accelerates this way at 6.4 meters per second squared, because we got it right there, okay? So this is easy, right? 115 plus F is equal to 64, right? Let's see, what do you add to, I think you add negative 51, don't you? Right? I got to do it with my calculator. 115 minus 64 is negative 51, right? So F is equal to negative 51 newtons. That's our force of friction, right? Okay, so there's our answer, right? It isn't negative here because it's not asked in a vector sense, right? It just says what's the force of friction. You wouldn't say negative 51. You just say 51. It's like the height of the cliff, right? Okay, so let's see. Now we got to figure out the coefficient. Okay, so I'm going to say 51 is mu times 10 times 9.81. So I'm going to go 51 divided by 98.1. And I get 0.5198. $5,198,776, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, right? It would round up. So I'm getting that mu would be 0.52. Now the discrepancy between this and this is that these answers use 9.80 for the acceleration of gravity, because that's what it was in the old days.